Hello, good morning. How is everybody out there in YouTube land? Well, we're back. It's so nice to be home. Didn't realize how much I love my home. I love my deck. Pulling fleece, of course. I turned this. It's got a sunny day today. It's warm. I think they might still be doing maple syrup. Yeah, the buckets are still on the trees. That's pretty amazing. That's a long time. It started before we left. We've been gone. We were gone 17 days, so that's a pretty long time, eh? I still have jet lag, but I stayed up until bedtime. I really was tired in the afternoon, like when it was bedtime in Holland. I was so tired. But I took an energy drink, a little bit of an energy drink. Those 5-hour, that's mostly B12. Hi, Suze. And then I took the energy drink and I stayed up. I made myself stay awake till like 10 o'clock last night. And then I took a melatonin to make myself stay asleep so I wouldn't wake up at 4 in the morning or something and ready for the day. Over time, I guess it'd be earlier than that. I usually would wake up about 8, right? So, yeah, 2 in the morning would hear. And I have a trouble, sometimes I wake up and go to the bathroom and I don't go back to sleep. And I just lie in bed awake. I'm wide awake for hours. And so I do all these wide awake things online. And after a while, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I get tired and fall back asleep. But anyway, so I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted to do my... Anyway, so yesterday I was really tired all day. I was just dragging. It was so hard. Anyway, and Mary Jane was here while we were gone. She was here. She took care of everything, kept the house warm. And she had a lovely time. She needed a break. And so she got a wonderful break, and she's all healthy as raring to go again. And it was wonderful to have her here and taking care of things. And now she went home, and then the people downstairs got COVID. So in her house, she's renting out the bottom of her house, and so she came back last night. I was so glad. I haven't done a COVID test of myself. I feel fine, but we've been traveling internationally, and you're supposed to wear a mask in public for 14 days or something. I'm not sure exactly the rules, but she's back here at my house, and I sure hope that we don't have COVID. Of course, I have no signs of COVID. I don't think I have COVID, but you don't know. Nobody knows until all of a sudden you've got it. But the rates are really increasing. It's like 100,000 new cases in Ontario every day. In 10 days, the entire province will have COVID. At that rate, I think. Is that what he said? 100,000 a day. In 10 days, it's 10 million, so a month. In a month, the whole province will have COVID. Or will have had it. But maybe there's not that many people that are unvaccinated. Well, the vaccinated get it too, right? You just don't get that sick. It's time to get another booster. Well, maybe not quite. How long do they last? 3 months? I don't know. I've had a heart attack before, so I don't want to get... It could damage your heart. That's what they're finding out. Not a big chance. 1% is a lot, though. That's 1 in 100. That's not a 1 in a million or 1 in 1,000. That's 1 in 100. And then there's long COVID. I don't want that. I like having energy. So anyway, Mary Jane's home. And so we're gonna go hang out, go play. So we'll probably go walk on Cindy Land. That's my sister's land next door. We'll probably go walk on there, and she said there was a big tree down across the path. I guess I have to take my chainsaw down and get rid of it. I don't think my chain is sharp though. It's heavy. You can use a sled to pull it though, even though there's no snow. Sleds work on regular ground too. You know, this batch of wool here is much cleaner than the other stuff. The other stuff is so filthy. It's nice to sit out here in the sun. It's so warm. Holland was really interesting. I really love Holland, but it's so windy and it's so the rain. It rains a whole lot and the wind just blows you away. It's really hard to use an umbrella in Holland because the wind will rip your umbrella apart. But that was pretty typical when it rained. We had gotten some really good days, didn't we? It didn't rain much. It didn't rain at all for the first like 6 days or something, or 7 days. It was beautiful blue sky. It was neat to be there at the beginning of spring. The daffodils had just were out, and the forsythias were coming out, and then they were all out. And that was really nice. I like getting spring. Here we have spring thaw first, which takes a long time. When you finally give up on ever having spring because it's all spring thaw, then you get spring. And the 1st of May, the bugs come out. But the bugs are already out in my house because of all my plants. And I just discovered there's all these white dots on the plastic underneath it. And I think those are all eggs of more bugs. So I'm going to have to... I had used dish soap on it, you know. I had used dish soap and sprayed everything, but it didn't work. Or maybe I have to do it every day or something. I only did it once. Well, maybe the ones that were... It may have killed the ones that were alive, right? What if the eggs hatched or something? I don't know. We listened to a conference talk this morning. It was so good. I wanted to read it to you. Not right now, but I wanted to read it to you sometime and talk about it. It had so many cool things. It was really a good thing. Hi! Okay. It's so neat that she's been here for 17 days, and it's sort of been her house, right? I think it's awesome. I love this house. We lived here for 25 years or something. It's a nice place. It's beautiful views everywhere. Gonna use these for my my rug I'm making. I love that rug. It's so beautiful. I'm weaving it, right? So it's on the loom. It's gonna be on. So I hope you had fun in Holland. That was kind of cool, wasn't it? We didn't like go doing the tourist thing much. We mostly were just at Oma Lily's house. We went to the grocery store. We just did her routine, right? We did go out to eat a couple times, but we had to eat out when we were staying in the hotel while she had COVID for 5 days. I'm glad we were staying longer than just 2 weeks, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to see her very long. And she wasn't tired out after us being said. No, she was fine. That was kind of cool. Unbelievable. A 96-year-old woman having people visiting for that long. She was very happy with us. She loved us being there, and we played Pictionary. You can play too if you haven't been there already and played with us. It was kind of nice. So I guess I should give myself a COVID test, eh? And then at least I'll know. Like that was a lot of people that were in the airport on the night, whatever the night was. It was the 8th, the night of the 8th. Friday night, I guess. All these people had to do the ArriveCan app. So we had these long, huge lineup. They had to close the airport. They closed the airport. All these people were stuck sitting in their planes and couldn't be let off the planes because there was such a huge crowd of people already waiting to do the ArriveCan thing. I suppose it may have only affected international flights, but every hotel in the whole city was full, in all of Mississauga. Every hotel was full. Unbelievable. That's for the Toronto airport, right? Mississauga. It's actually in Brampton. And Mississauga is the city beside it. It's all part of, metropolitan or the greater metropolitan area of Toronto, or however they say that. We got home to Ben's, to the airport, and Ben came and got us. We called him and then waited for the 12 minutes for him to get there. And when we were all done, I don't like it when people have to wait for you, because then what do? They have to drive around and around and around, or park, wait for you to phone them. There is a parking lot where you can wait for a phone call. But anyway, so we just phoned him when we were all done. And then we got to his house and got our car. We didn't go in or anything because I thought we might have, you just don't know what you've caught while you've been in close contact with thousands of people. It's just, even though everybody was wearing a mask, not everybody covered their nose, not everybody, not all the masks work as great. But, it's really a test, the lack of the flu. People say, well, whatever happened to the flu? All the COVID was actually the flu. But, the fact that there was no flu for the whole season just shows how wonderful masks work. Masking is an awesome idea when the flu is out there. I hope that that a lot of people will continue to wear masks during flu season or cold season. I know that I'll wear it a lot more often. Like, I would have never worn a mask before the pandemic. But now I'll be glad to wear a mask if I know that people are sick. It keeps you healthy. I'd rather wear a mask for a few minutes out there in public and not get too close to people and then not get sick. Being sick really wrecks your life. Especially this COVID thing. Especially long COVID. I don't want long COVID. Like we have ticks here now, and now you have to worry about Lyme disease. And Lyme disease, it's like long COVID. It's really brutal. I don't want that. But you can't wear a mask to keep from getting Lyme disease. You have to, you have to protect yourself. No amount of immunization will keep you from getting bitten by a tick and getting Lyme. Well, after you get it, you take doxycycline after you've been bitten, and that does help, and it will kill it. It will get rid of the disease too. Anyway, but tick season is probably starting again. I hear Google talking in the house. I wonder what she's talking about.
It's already 7 degrees.
Hi, isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
You want to sit here with me?
Yeah, sure.
Oops.
Oh. Yeah. This is such a sun trap, eh?
I know, that's
no
what
wind
it's called, the sun trap deck.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
My favorite place.
There's no wind here. It is windy on the shady deck, eh?
Yeah,
Like I was surprised how windy it was. It's quite interesting, really,
yeah,
when there's no wind at all here, because it just
Yeah.
goes by on either side, I guess.
This was before we had the deck for years. This has always been my sun trap corner. It was, it was hydrangea bushes right along that wall.
Oh, okay,
And-
by here,
And then,
and then the woodshed was right there.
yeah, and it had a little, the pathway came right around here.
Yeah. So you'd always sit here.
Yeah, the woodshed was ended here, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what should we do? Want to go explore Cindyland?
Yeah, if you want. We'll probably have to wear our boots because it'll probably be wet down.
I've never been down. Oh, maybe I have in spring thaw. I don't think I remember how much it floods. Did you go down along the stream?
Yeah, I crossed the bridge.
And how was it? Was it really high?
Yeah, it was pretty high. It might not be as high now, but then it did rain for a couple of days. So I noticed that the rivers and stuff were pretty high.
Okay. All right. Well, let us go. This is such a nice place to
I
sit
know,
there.
I
I'm going
know.
to sit here for a
We
while.
can sit here for a few minutes.
We got a live
Sit
video
down.
going on here. I don't think anybody has commented. Oh, look. What was that about? Okay, guys. So we're going to go. Have fun. Enjoy your day. Keep your stick on the ice.
Remember, you saw it here last.
That's right. You can do this at home. Results may differ.